welcome back to day 109 of learning to read Chinese. We're continuing on with our psychology chapter, 心理. I'm going to do these 2 lines. It's our first character of the day. Wei. Wei originally referred to wither or wilt, like plants, and then came to mean critically ill or in decline or weakening. If a person or an animal or some other type of being were to wither away like a plant would, that's what that would mean. Here, look at the etymology. This little in the oracle script. This little grass on the top. For the grass withering, and this character underneath. Wait. For the phonetic component, and also it can mean like kind of dejected or listless and not very energized. So that's kind of the state of the grass in this case. And then, in another sense, the state of a person. Oops. What? Okay. Me means not, disperse, meticulous, tender, fine, or slow. Oh, I feel like this is not the okay. I feel like when I've heard this word before, people say wei mi. But according to this, in that word, this character is supposed to be pronounced me. So I suppose that must be the case. Me is our other pronunciation for this character, which means waste. Like wasting money. You could say 米费, or what is this? 奢靡, or it could mean to die out and disappear, as in 迷散 or 迷碎. However, according to this dictionary put together with wei, it should be wei mi. It means listless, dejected, without energy, dispirited. This one, our etymology, this fate referring to being didn't really get a good look at these etymologies in advance, so I'm sorry. I'm a little unprepared today. But it's like carrying something on the back. I'm not sure why this is in here. The top part is ma, like a sesame or flax, referring to something very fine and small detailed. What was this supposed to be again? Yeah, meticulous, tender, fine, dispersed, I guess like the little seeds. And in this sense, when you're talking about wasting, I guess that would be like scattering the little seeds everywhere, or spreading out, disappearing if something crumbles into dust and scatters to the four winds. This disperse, meticulous, yeah, okay. Well, the fate, this originally this is a representation of wings, so I guess the wings represent the flying away, and the ma is for the seeds. So all these things are like little seeds flying away. 憔悴, 憔悴 is also a word. 憔悴, referring to somebody looking haggard, thin and pale, and maybe even a little yellowish, just unhealthy in general. Wan and sallow. Someone looking kind of sick and malnourished, bloodless. Here's what 憔悴 means. Each of these characters individually has a similar meaning. So, wan and sallow. This is also a 考虑, or 虑. This is the same 虑 in 考虑, which means to consider. So, 考虑 would be like a particularly miserable line of thinking, I suppose. Something that you're pondering, racking your brain, and just making you upset to think about, but you think about it all the time. Would be 焦虑. But yes, 憔悴 is probably the most common context that you're going to see this character in, is that word. Now, 翠 originally meant sad, and that also means thin and pallid, withered, weak, and tired. Alright, this one. Left 竖心旁, right, to tell you that it's about a emotional state. And on the right is 焦, which gives a phonetic indication. And this 焦 is like burnt or scorched, but it can also mean worried or anxious, like in 焦虑, right? Which is again with this one. This 虑, the one that means to consider or think about. And 焦虑 is like worried considering, right? Anxiety thoughts, rumination. So you put this one for being like worried and anxious, and you put it together with the heart. That gives you 焦. Which I suppose if your entire emotional state is overwhelmed by this worry and anxiety, it's gonna end up showing on your face and making your physical health worse, and not just your mental health. 脆 this one, again, we've got the vertical heart radical telling you that it's an emotional state. And on the right is, again, it's a bit of a phonetic indicator. Sort of. It could be zu or zu. It's got like the starting sound. Not sure what the original meaning of this character that's meant to be referred to in this larger character. What is that? The slaves? Slaves and serfs in feudal times as forced labor. Okay, so in that case, it would be referring to the emotional state of somebody who's been enslaved and forced to labor, which clearly is not going to be a healthy emotional state, but rather sad and withered and weak and tired and full of despair. That's pretty dark. Apparently that's what's going on over here. Alright, next up. Jiu, meaning originally chronic illness, and then later also poverty, calamity, remorse, defect, distress, or worry. So you see this has got that illness radical that we saw so much in the last unit. And inside is jiu, which means for a long time. If you see that, remember that the original meaning is a chronic illness. Right? Sick for a long time. It doesn't go away. That's what chronic illness means. In terms of the other definitions, will this be Huai here or Jiu Huai? Jiu Can, Jiu Hui. Okay, so this is used in a lot of other things. Like if these are all sort of heavy emotions that you might experience after some certain types of events, like 惨 being shame, and hui being regret, and fu being burden, being disgust. And if you put this Jiu character, combine it before those, that's gonna be like any of these sorts of emotions becoming a plague and an illness upon your mind, I suppose. Qin originally meant in a famine, having nothing to eat. On the right is this guy, and on the left is a hand with a holding some stalks of grain. It's Specifically, the guy is opening his mouth up wide, yawning. And this variant of the little guy on his knees is supposed to represent he doesn't have enough. He's lacking, he's wanting in some area, and that's why he's wailing. So, have our grains, and he doesn't have enough grains. So it's a famine. Bad harvest, a crop failure. And then also somehow this came to mean apologetic or regretful, feeling ashamed. So you see like 歉疚 or 歉意, apology, regrets, or 道歉 is gonna be the verb for apologizing. 道歉 means to apologize. And you could say 抱歉 for sorry. And those are both using this character. What is the connection between famine and feeling apologetic? I am not sure. But 就歉. If you put 就歉 together, that's also going to be like the regretfulness, that feeling stays with you, right? Something like you feel so sorry and you feel so guilty, and the guilt won't leave you alone. Sick in the head with sorriness. 意 means originally to press down, restrain, demote, hold back, force, worry. Like 压制 or 抑制, meaning suppress or repress. So this is a hand here, and this is I'm always second guessing myself on how these characters are actually pronounced. One day I'll remember them well enough that I don't have to do that. Yeah, that's not even... Okay, so in the Oracle script, I guess it doesn't matter what this is now. It's on, but that's like not relevant because it's just a distortion of the way that this character was originally written. Which is, here's a hand up from the top, and here's a little guy on his knees, and he's being oppressed. He's being pushed down. Pretty clear that you can see from here, from this version of the character. And then, as is the case with most Chinese characters, all the elements sort of get shifted around and rotated and stuff until you can't really tell what the original picture was supposed to look like. Young. I mean discontented, disgruntled, sullen, or sad. And this tells you emotional state for that heart on the side. This is a guy with his head in a yoke. That's what this looks like. And I guess if you got your head in a yoke, it's not a really great place to be in. But also that character on the right is pronounced yang, so that's phonetic as well. And this, if you double it for yang, you'd say for disgruntled or sullen. Yang bu le, yang bu yue. Or le and yue both mean happy. So bu le would be unhappy and bu yue would be unhappy. You also got yang ran. It can also have a meaning in certain contexts of being full of yourself. If you're too full of pride, a lot of things are going to make you upset that wouldn't otherwise be upsetting. Okay, and when we put together yi and yang, maybe something like when you gotta repress parts of yourself, it's gonna make you discontented and sullen and sad. Next line. Lian. Lian can mean pity or love. You got ai lian, or ai is like sympathizing with, feeling sorry for somebody. That would obviously be pity. Ming also is sympathy for misfortune. If you feel for someone. So lian ming is also pity, taking pity, having mercy, this sort of thing. Or it can mean love. Let's see, like ai lian cai. What's this one? Song? Lian song? Lian xiang? Lian yu. Alright, so depending on the word that it's used in, it could be pity or it could be love. Lian ai, tender affection. Lian ming would be having compassion or taking pity. Lian yan, love tenderly and remember with concern. So there is a certain amount of overlap between pity and love, and not 100%. And it's complicated, but this character is somewhere in between that cloud of meaning. In the midst, if you will. Ming means commiserate or take pity on, worried, sorrow, sad. So this, when you put it together with lian, is going to make it unambiguously in the realm of pity, feeling sorry for someone. Here we got yeah, so in this kind of pure pity, there's not also admiration as part of it. I suppose would be the difference between that makes it not sufficient for love. I'm not trying to get philosophical up in here. Let's take a look at our etymology. Lian, on the right currently, I believe this is ling. So it's like vaguely similar phonetically, but not particularly. And Okay, so we got 2 flames, fire on the top, and then we got 2 little feet and a heart. Guess in the traditional form of the kaishu, it's got more components that have meanings. This here on the right is ling, and that ling is also written with the rock radical on the side. What does that mean? I don't know this character. Phosphorus? What is the point of that? It says that here in the description, that that's what it is, but it doesn't tell me why that would be used here. Okay. So even though I know the components of this, I don't know why those are the components. I'm sorry. Let's see the next one. I guess for the simplification, they just replace this kind of more complicated ling with a more simple ling, because it's just easier to write. This one, heart on the side for the mental state. You got a door, and you got a little guy standing in the door. This little guy sitting in the door is Ming, and this originally had a meaning of feeling compassion or pity for someone, I suppose. Which is what this character means as well. Meaning suffering or affliction. Okay, so I guess the thing is that this character maybe at one point used to be written without the little heart radical on the side, or maybe they had a separate character like that, and now they don't really anymore. Next. So as we've established, Lieming is feeling compassion or pity. Next character. Tan. Tan means to be ashamed. And this has got a Jan on the right. After our vertical hurt radical. And this Jan refers to chop, like chopping a head off for execution. That's probably the most, like, a lot of them are actually used for, could be chopping weeds, eliminating something, chopping a person in half of the waist, chopping a person's head off, chopping a nail, chopping a animal's head off. Pretty violent, this word, Jan. I guess that's like a really intense shame, right? The most intense shame is when you feel like you deserve to die, when you feel like you deserve capital punishment. Somebody ought to cut your head off, and that's the only way you can live with yourself, or not live with yourself, but because you'd be dead at that point. Or you just feel like you feel so ashamed that you can't live with yourself. Like, I cannot continue to exist as a human person because what I did was so bad. Tan. Alright, next character, Kui, which also means to feel ashamed. So you'll see these together a lot in Tan Kui. Or you also have Kui Jiu, which means the same thing. Kui Nan, blushing with shame. Kui Se, an ashamed look. 愧汗, perspiring from a sense of shame. You're so shameful, just sweating from it. Yes, these are all, related directly to shame. It doesn't really shift meaning like some other characters do when put into words. And this, on the right is a goi, is a little creature, devil, goblin thing. Why would that be? I'm not sure. You feel this little goblin, this little creature is torturing you, or maybe you feel like a freak monster from what you did or something. I don't know. Tong. Tong means sorrowful. Pretty straightforward, this one. Not too complicated meaning. On the right is tongue, so that's a vaguely similar sound, and tongue was a kind of simplified way of writing chuang, which is got a little blade on the other side of it. Chuang is like a wound, cut, injury. Didn't we talk about this one recently? I feel like that was relatively recent. Blade, cut, or injury. So then if you got like a wound or an injury in your heart, right? That's a sorrow. Dolorous, earnest, or sincere. It's also, again, very sad. And this on the right is t, so phonetic, and the t on the right means well, it's saying t. Well, z, if you just if you just take out the heart radical, that's actually z. Does that mean anything by itself, though? Apparently, it's supposed to represent the version with the Danrenpan, the little guy on the side. T, which means incline toward the side or lean to one side, or just the side of something in terms of the orientation. And why would that be sad? Says it means there's too many of these words that I still can't read. I'm not qualified to be a teacher. What is this? 倾斜. Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I said. It means this t with the person on this side. This means tilted, inclined, lean, slant, slips, this sort of thing. I'm not really sure what that has to do with feeling sad. But apparently that's how it's constructed. So you'll just have to remember that. Chuang. Qi. Qi originally meant cloudy and rainy, chill, cold, miserable. It's that kind of weather that feels like an emotion. Bleak, desolate, sad. So that's why we got the ice radical on the side. You got the 2 dots instead of the 3, which is water, because it's extra cold. On the right is qi, which for the sound, and then also, is that not the word for wife? I think apart from I guess at some point, apart from the meaning of wife, this chi also has some other kind of meaning. I mean, now it doesn't. But that's the phonetic, the sound of it is chi, which that character also sounds like. Something about the clouds and the rain and the cold and getting into your soul or something. Okay. 凉 also means cold, bleak, desolate, sad, disappointed. Referring to the actual physical temperature and also the metaphorical sense of feeling cold in your heart when you're sad and depressed. So similar to the previous one, so you'll see them together used as a word together, 凄凉, meaning bleak, forlorn, miserable, wretched. Got another pronunciation for this last one. 晾, what you'd use for air drying, like your laundry. 晾干. Believe, make, or become cool. Cool as in temperature. Like when you put something in the refrigerator. Treat coldly. I think that's a regional dialect thing. Believe? What? I really don't know what context that would be. Believe? I literally don't see that. I don't know what that's about, okay? I don't. But 凉 is for cold or bleak and desolate, and 晾 is for like air drying or chilling something to make it cold. Oh, this. Okay. This is because it used to be in some old books interchangeable with this character. With the Yenzapong, with that one about the radical referring to speech. And that one is understanding. Yeah, but I don't think this is used like that, so I don't know why this is still in the box like it is frequent. Maybe it is and I just don't know because I'm illiterate and uneducated. But yeah, I don't think that's important. Alright, that's our 2 lines for today. We gotta do our practice. Our time's almost up. I took a weirdly... Well, I guess it wasn't that weird because I spent a good bit of time just looking up words that I really should know how to read.
摘带 B
Are these even... These are not the ones... Why is it telling me... I only meant to practice the new stuff. What is going on? You know what? Hold on.
脆
Is this gonna do it? I think so.
E
Okay.
都米
Oh, did I even mention how that was even pronounced? It's goi, the word for the
Tan?
little ghost, goblin, devil creature. What?
敏 怒 侧 愤 连 求 样 尾
I clicked the wrong.
迷
Yes.
欠 愁 亮
Not too bad, not too bad.
爱 快
I knew I was gonna get that one wrong. Immediately after.
愁
What? Don't remember that one.
凯 残 求
You know, I really, what?
愁
So it is. It's both.
创
Alright. What? Is it not gonna let me green it? Well, anyway, I guess we got through all the new ones for today. So we'll just leave it there. Leave it there. Till next time. With these 2 lines to finish this chapter. Bye.